Hello everyone, it's Fisgus. It's been a while since I did a video, but I watched this uh, video from Snort Hogan about DSP being robbed, or the way he tells it. That I just had to, do a video and vent a little bit because this sort of thing pisses me off the way this pigroach describes the things that happen to him. And just a vent, which is mainly why I created this channel in the first place, and why I do these videos sometimes. Um, so here we go. He's gonna tell us about how he got robbed, and the way he's gonna say it, like usual, it's the most convoluted bullshit ever. And he makes it sound like the plot of Ocean's 11, like someone pulled a heist on him or some shit. But here we go. And at some points, I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because this 40 minutes of this rant, it's just ridiculous. But let's go.
What happened again, just to remind all of you.
Oh, and he's gonna tell about
during a stream, by the way.
last year's tire
here, live on stream,
robbery,
playing games and relaxing with my audience, and I get a frantic phone call from my wife.
Okay, first of all, and here we go. Frantic phone call. The way he describes it is that Cat called him in a frantic manner. And yet, his wife, which, according to him, is in extreme distress, and when this happened, he sat there for a good 15 minutes. I don't remember exactly how much time, but from the time it took for him to receive this phone call to actually turn off the stream and get off his ass and go help his frantic wife, took him a good 15 minutes. I'm not sure exactly how much time it took. Oh, and by the way, I think the tire story was earlier this year, or it was late last year. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But he makes it sound like she was like frantic and panicking, but he's a piece of shit that sat here on that chair and didn't go out to help her. Like, I did a video on this when this happened, and if this pig was a normal person, he would have just gone to the stream and said, hey, something came up, I gotta go. And you turn off the stream and you go deal with what the issue is, and you go help your, according to you, frantic wife. But you didn't, and you're a piece of shit. Not just for that, but for that too. But go on, pig.
Now, she's at work, and she's supposed to be coming home.
Okay, let's speed this up.
Because so frantic, she's like, I can't believe this. But
so frantic.
I got to work.
Yeah.
I went out to the parking lot to go to the car, come home. Someone has stolen the entire
I might
tire
just
off of our car.
push
and just
this.
to show you again, to remind you, for those of you who maybe forgot about this, yeah, this literally happened. Someone put our car up on a jack in broad daylight in the middle of parking.
Maybe it was Keemstar. Maybe it was Steven.
Stole the tire right off of our car.
Yeah. Blah, blah, tire. Tire.
So, to make a long story short, I don't want to retell this story from the beginning. I told the whole story.
Long story short, and yet he took like 2 minutes to tell this stupid
so guys, no,
story.
we're not getting better. I live in the Seattle area of the United States, the state of Washington, the Pacific Northwest, and out here...
Okay, now he's gonna talk about how the police don't do shit,
I wish I could say that, this is
and crime is going insane, and all that stupid shit.
Everywhere you go, you see thieves walking around with backpacks and duffel bags. They just walk right in the stores, and as soon as someone's looking, they go, they take everything, they walk right out the door. No one stops them. If they do get stopped by the police, in fact, here's what happens. I wish, again, that this was an exaggeration. This is not an exaggeration. If the cops catch someone in the act of stealing, they take the products away from the person who's stealing. They return it to the store. They take the person's information down, and they let the person go. They
okay.
do not...
Okay. According to who, Phil? According to you? Source Philip Paul Burnell? The Renton recluse? Fuck you. If you were sitting here talking about this issue, because you talking about these issues completely perverts them. About the issues with policing, the issues with policy change regarding crime, and how police is allowed to act and how they're not allowed to act. One, you take your information from Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. But you being you, and everybody who knows who you are and what you're about, you talking about this sort of thing, one, you know nothing about it. You have no idea other than the crap that you pick up from Twitter. If it's validated or not, who cares? And someone like you to be talking about these issues, again, about which you know nothing about, it completely perverts this discussion. And I don't know why you're talking about these.
Them. They do not charge them with any crimes. They do not incarcerate them. They let them walk away.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about that. What is the incentive to not steal?
I know a little someone in the state of Washington that scams people, that did tax fraud. Yeah, so I know a little someone like that. The police didn't do anything, never did anything about him either, or the authorities never did. I don't think you should be bringing this up, Phil. I really don't. Because considering your track record, if I was in your situation, I wouldn't be stirring up this hornet's nest, to be honest. Because I mean, you lie, cheat, and I mean, objectively, committed tax fraud, committed perjury on your bankruptcy, and you scam people out of their money every day. Pretty sure at least one of those are, like, I don't know, crimes or felonies. But yeah, so don't go out snitching on your compadres who are out stealing according to you when you do steal the same way and probably more in, you know, the amounts of which amounts which you steal are probably more than whatever they do, and you do it every day, twice a day. Other than, you know, tax fraud and misrepresenting on your bankruptcy. Yeah.
When there is literally zero consequences for committing the act of stealing.
Yeah, you didn't take any consequences either for what you did in our
happened is
bankruptcy,
there's
so
been
shut the fuck
actual
up
organized crime
about
rings
this.
in the state of Washington. People who have gone on a tear, steal a car, drive it into the front of a bank or a grocery store or a like a CVS, you know, what do they call, a pharmacy.
See, this is why I know this pigroach takes his shit off of Twitter, and he knows absolutely nothing about this sort of thing. I saw on the news, but again, I'm not American. I don't live in Washington. I'm not sure to what extent this is true or not, but apparently during the pandemic they were letting, like, misdemeanors. The police were letting them go because they didn't want to have people in the jail as much as possible. But driving up to a bank and robbing the bank wouldn't be something that the police would just let you go. Pretty sure. I mean, who am I? But that doesn't. I'm 99.9% sure that doesn't fly. That's going too far. So according to pigroach here, people can just go and rob a bank, like do a heist, and if they're caught, they're just let go. I don't think that's how this works, Phil. But again, you take your news from Twitter, so who knows?
Run in, grab what you can, go to the ATM, smash it, grab the money.
Yeah, smash an ATM. They're smash an ATM. Yeah, sure. I believe you when you say that this is something that the police would let you get away with. Get the fuck out of here, Phil.
Now, if they drive away, the cops are not allowed to pursue them. I want to repeat that. If someone is committing a smash and grab robbery and stealing everything from a business, the police are not allowed to pursue them.
Maybe because they don't want high-speed chases. putting a bunch of innocent bystanders in danger. Also, do you not know that a lot of roads have cameras that the police can monitor them without having cop cars like driving upon them and creating a very dangerous situation? I'm pretty sure this is all bullshit.
They are told you must stay back.
Shut the fuck up. Let me just get.
Yeah, this conjunction.
Let me just get the. He's gonna get like he's gonna speculate a bunch about criminal groups getting together and all this shit. I don't want to get to this stupid story about him in the grocery store. Shut the fuck up. Get to the point.
We actually have quite a few days coming up where we're one of the situations where we were staying home, but I had to go out.
Yeah, go out.
Store and I go and I pick it up or something like that. It all depends. I think to my wife, wow, this will probably be a quicker day. I don't have too much to do today, so this should probably be a day where I'm in and out. Within maybe a couple hours, I have everything done. And I can come home and we can relax together. Have a nice relaxing day together because we didn't have too much to do at home either.
I'm glad you had internet that day because, again, like you said, you wouldn't have anything to do with her if there was no internet. But let's get to the point.
So, first of all, one thing about grocery shopping these days, and this is like everywhere I go, all the carts are always fucked up. I don't know why, but almost every cart that you get at any grocery store is completely fucked up.
Every grocery store is like that since the history of fucking shopping carts. Do you think like these grocery stores have like a mechanic? Oh my god, a cart mechanic in the store just fixing them up? No, these are disposable. They just get fucked up and they dump them out when they're too far gone. Like this is a waste of money to have them perform maintenance every day on these carts. It's stupid. But I don't know how business degree person here doesn't realize this, but whatever.
None of them go straight. They all like get fucked up. So it's just a chore.
Yeah, because people like you fuck them up, probably.
This week we actually had to get some extra stuff because American Thanksgiving, that I need to get for Thanksgiving and stuff like that, right? So, I knew it was going to be a heavier shopping trip. There's going to be more stuff than usual or whatever. By the way, for full disclosure here, I do use reusable shopping bags.
Good for you.
And then basically,
good for you. Well done. Uses
multiple
disposable shopping bags. Another thing he also uses is disposable plates. That then, according to him, get accumulated, stuffed into bags, and just stored away for how many months in that garage, that pigsty of a garage.
Of these reusable shopping bags, and what I found is, man, it's easier when you got your groceries and you're carting them in and out of your house. Having reusable bags just makes it easier.
Point.
A lot of people say, "Oh, it saves the environment." You can believe that if you want. I really don't give two shits because I really don't feel like my impact on the environment using shopping bags is that big.
Your impact on the environment is tremendous because you just store trash and then you go dump it in the dump. Don't recycle, don't compost. You produce a bunch of waste, which again goes in the dump, and you use paper plates, which then go in the bags in the dump. You dump a bunch of food down the food dispenser. And then that story you told not too long ago, it then clogs up your pipes, and you pour what's it called, baking soda down the pipes. Completely fucks up the pipes. But you're using these disposable bags. Yes, your impact, the benefit that the environment has with you using them isn't much, but to offset that, the impact of your existence and the way you behave on the environment is pretty bad. Pig. Is pretty bad.
But I'll tell you this, it is way easier carrying your groceries around with reusable shopping bags than it is with those shitty plastic ones, okay? So, I have a bunch of them, and I have different kinds. I have
Who
the
cares?
ones that are,
damn it.
They're more like a plastic, almost laminate, kind of durable, your regular groceries in there. But then I have that are like the heavy insulated, and they have like box sides almost. And I have two of those. And those
Everybody has those.
Cold stuff. You put them in, you can zip it up, and it keeps your stuff nice and cold. Nothing melts in your trunk or anything like that. And I just bought those earlier this year, I believe off of Amazon. So some of these are on the older side. Some of these are many years old. These reusable bags, I've been using them against this like pandemic era, and then others are more newer bags. So just for clarity purposes, I want you to have the entire perspective of what happened.
All this stuff about perspective, like he says it in context. Phil, why don't you tell us about how many customers were in the store that day? Why don't you tell us how packed the parking lot was? Why don't you tell us how many clouds were in the sky? Bro, just get to the point. Get to the point. You're the worst storyteller ever. Like, if it was me telling the story, I'd say, yo, I got to the spoilers, but yo, I got to the store. I was putting stuff in my shopping cart. I walked away to go grab something else, and someone took my cart. The end. Here it is. We're just 12 minutes in. He hasn't even started with whatever he's gonna tell us. We're 12 minutes in of this 40-minute long clip, and he hasn't even started yet. Jesus Christ.
Okay, got my shopping cart. I got my reusable bags.
Yeah.
In front of me,
Great.
shopping cart.
Awesome.
There's actually a drink caddy in the cart, and my phone fits perfectly in there. So what I do is I have a list app in my phone, and
everybody uses these apps. Everybody knows about them. We don't need an explanation about these apps.
So, my normal day, I start usually in the produce, get the produce out of the way, and then I move into the store. You go from the dry goods into the other stuff, and the cleaning supply, and meats, and then you finally get to like the dairy and bread and everything. So normal day, nothing crazy. I think we got pumpkin pie because we want a pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, so that's an extra thing. Some rolls. We're freezing so that we can actually have some rolls on Thanksgiving.
So basically, to sum it up, with all the stuff he's buying, consumer side Phil here, who is hard up on money and is living paycheck to paycheck, like he says, just goes on the store and just buys everything that looks good. But then on the streams, he goes on and he cries to his dents about the tips goal not being met, the members goal not being met, everything. But then he goes on the store and he just, I don't know, goes crazy in there. Was this before or after your trip to Total Wine? Probably before.
Like I know cranberry sauce, bought a couple cans of cranberry sauce, in addition to our usual meals for the week. By the way, this is a shorter streaming week, which we're going to talk about later in the show. It's only a 5-day streaming week, because I need my day off to be Wednesday next week to do my shopping before Thanksgiving, because I don't want to be out shopping on Thanksgiving Day. So we'll talk about the schedule in a few minutes here. But anyway, so as I'm shopping, it doesn't seem like it's anything of a little bit of an abnormal day, or maybe there's a few more people in the store because it's the week before American Thanksgiving, but it doesn't seem like there's anything weird or anything. So basically, I'm shopping. It takes about half an hour, I would say, to grocery shop. So I'm finally at the end of the shopping trip. My cart is almost, packed to the top, and I've got a few things left. I've got bread, a few dairy things I need to get, and it was the cranberry. That's right, it was the cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, and that's something I don't normally buy, right? So it's on my list, and I didn't know where it was in the store. And I think he's getting to the aisles,
part that interests me, quote unquote.
Which is a little weird because it's the week before Thanksgiving, and I can't find the cranberry sauce. So typically, what happens is if you can't find it in the aisle and it's something for a holiday, it means they idiotically put it on an end cap. Like they probably have like a highlighted area of the store where it's like on the front of one of the aisles. But
of course.
The thing about that is, if you're shopping where you.
Of course they do. Every fucking grocery store does that. Why is this a problem to you, you absolute Karen? Some stuff was moved, bro. Just look for it. You Karen. Everybody, even where I live. Grocery stores do that all the time. Supermarkets do that all the time. What the fuck is the problem? Just go look for it. Christ.
The item where it should be in the aisle. Oh, well, we don't have it there now. We have it only on the end cap.
Yeah, exactly. It happens all the time.
You're supposed to fucking find it. You didn't put it.
Yeah, just look with your, with your eyes. Just look a bit. Is that too much to ask? I guess.
In the aisle.
Jesus.
Right? And they do this all the time.
Sorry. When he does these segments, he should go back to that closet of his, which is here. It's probably in here. He should go back in there. Go get that wig that he used on 2022's Halloween, the Karen outfit, and he should put on the wig when he does these segments. I think it fit.
I don't know why, but they think that they're smart or something, right? So anyway, I am in this area where they have like refrigerated soups.
Who cares?
Dips, hummus, stuff like that, and basically, the only thing left, like I said, if I went a little bit to my right, there was the aisle with some dairy like cheese, and then there was bread. So that's all I had to do to finish shopping. But it hit me. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this cranberry sauce because I'm gonna grab it now. I'm gonna forget about it, right? Let me just go grab it.
So you're gonna forget about it. What's the point with that app if you didn't check it off check off the cranberry juice. If you didn't check that off, why are you gonna forget about it? Like either you don't use the app, or you're just a fucking dumbass and you just start crossing stuff off at random. I don't know.
It's got to be on an end cap, right? So I'm not stupid.
You are.
All right. I
very much so.
Grab my phone to make sure I don't leave it in the cart because.
Yeah. If you did leave it, if you leave your phone in a shopping cart, whoever you are, if you leave your phone unattended, you're pretty dumb and you deserve to be robbed.
Man, I'd be a fucking moron if I left my expensive phone in the cart.
My expensive phone. Weird flex, Mr. Living paycheck to paycheck.
Right? So I grabbed my phone, I put it in my pocket, and I said, all right.
Great.
So I'm going to be walking away to grab cranberry sauce, come right back, then push the cart to the end aisles and finish my shopping trip. Now you might say, well, why did you not...
My question is, why are you, like, I'm imagining him standing there in the store, putting the phone in his pocket with his gouty hoof, and then telling himself all the shit. Like, are you on the spectrum? Are you autistic? I mean, people say that you are. Maybe this is, like, validating that point. I'm not sure.
Not take the cart with them. Because like I said, the carts in these fucking grocery stores are junk. They barely work. My cart's full. So why am I going to push my cart across the entire store to look for cranberry sauce just to push it back to where I was to shopping? I'll just leave it here.
This... Okay. Pretty sure not every single cart... I know he says all of them are fucked up, but I'm pretty sure that's impossible. But I'm pretty sure not every cart is fucked up. Everybody, when we go out shopping and we pick up a cart, sometimes one of them's fucked up. You know what you do? You switch for another cart. If you're pushing around a fucked up cart around the store with your groceries in it, that's your problem. You're the one that didn't want to swap out the cart.
Here for a minute, right? Now, why on earth would anyone think that something would happen? Right? So, I literally walk away from the cart to find this cranberry sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I timed it, actually. It was 2 minutes.
Again, either you really are autistic, who times what am I saying? Who times the amount of time they spend away from their shopping cart in a grocery store, unless they really are autistic. Like, what the fuck? Who times this stuff? Either you are autistic, or you're, I don't know, stupid, or this is bullshit, which is probably the case. You're probably just, talking a bunch of bullshit. You didn't time it, Phil. Get the fuck out of here.
2 minutes, I found the cranberry sauce.
Talking about timing, it's just to trying to reinforce his point.
On an end cap, there it is. I grabbed it. All right, we got the cranberry sauce, right? I turn around, I come back. I was not gone for longer than 120 seconds.
Even timed it down to the second. Awesome.
And there's no cart. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, someone must have moved it. Maybe I was blocking something that someone wanted, right? So I start looking around. I'm like, okay. And then I think to myself, you know what? It's probably over one aisle over. I'm probably misremembering where I left this cart. I thought I left it right next to the hummus, but maybe I left it in the next aisle over.
Mm-hmm.
I look over there. There's nothing there. Right? And I'm looking all around and I'm like, huh? What is going on?
Lean in, manual ban.
So now I'm starting to think, all right, maybe an employee grabbed the cart thinking it was an abandoned cart.
Yes.
From a customer that
yes.
decided to leave, right?
Yes.
But I'm thinking, no.
To summarize, my theory is exactly that. You didn't take 120 seconds, like you said. You probably took longer. Employee went over, saw a cart they thought was abandoned, and they just took it took it in the what's it called, the storage area or the back room or whatever it's called, and just put that stuff back in storage. Um, Bags or no bags, you think whatever store you go to gives a fuck about reusable bags? No, they just throw that shit in the trash or they use them themselves.
Employee wouldn't think that. I got my reusable shopping bags
Who gives a fuck?
in the front of the cart.
Do you think
And by the way,
they don't throw that stuff out all the time? Bro, the employee walks over, sees an abandoned shopping cart, looks around, nobody's near it, he takes it. You don't often see shopping carts abandoned in the store, and sometimes people have to leave in a rush.
again, I gotta reiterate, these are not brand new reusable shopping bags. These are not valuable.
Another reason why an employee would take this cart back to the storage area, and they just dump the bags. Don't give a fuck.
Nonsense. It's nothing of any real value.
The nonsense is you being on here and going on and on about this bullshit story. That's what's nonsense.
So I really start just looking around, and I'm like, so now in my head, I'm thinking.
Now, before I said this was before his trip to Total Wine, now I'm thinking it's probably after his trip of Total Wine. Probably already drunk a good couple of swigs of some bottle before walking into the grocery store. And this is where this story comes from. He was just all drunk, waddling around in the store. Didn't take 120 minutes, 120 seconds, and then, yeah, this whole thing happened.
Could someone have been like, I mean, maybe it's an elderly person, and they're just confused, and they grabbed my cart because they're just, who knows what it could be.
It is a possibility,
So,
actually.
I said, I'm going to walk corner to corner in this store. By the way, so I have cranberry sauce in my hand. Because that's all I have. Because I went to grab it. I was going back to the cart. That's all I got is cranberry sauce. Right? So I'm like, I'm going to go end to end in this store looking up every aisle. All right? All right, let's do it.
Okay. So, Piggy here says he walked aisle to aisle looking for his cart. After having spent 120 seconds away from it. If that was the case, if someone had, if you took that long, and like you claim, someone had stolen the cart, taken your groceries, and was somewhere in the store, you would have seen him because, like you said, the cart was fucked up. Do you think, even if this story is true, which it isn't, completely sure it's not true, do you think that a robber would be able to go very far with a fucked up cart that doesn't move well? What do you think, they were sprinting, pushing the cart? No. If this all lines up, you would have seen him. So yeah, this something here doesn't add up, or a lot of this doesn't add up, and this is why I think this whole story is bullshit. Some employee just took it out back, the cart with his groceries, and just stored them.
I start walking, and I look down every aisle, and I realize as I get to the end of the store, it's not in the store.
Mm-hmm.
It's like someone, when I went to grab cranberry sauce, grabbed my cart and walked out the door with it. Now, I want you to think about how weird this is.
It is very weird. It is very weird.
All, no, I didn't pay for my groceries yet. So it's not like, oh, I got robbed of hundreds of dollars or anything like that at all.
Exactly. You didn't get robbed, and this story, dyslexia. This story didn't need to be told, especially not by you, because, yeah, exactly like you said, you didn't get robbed. Well, you got robbed of $5 worth of shopping bags that are pretty old, according to you. So you didn't get. If this was the case, you didn't get robbed. The store did. So who cares? This is their problem.
That's not the point here.
Then what is the point?
Someone just took the cart, right? What really did they steal from me? The reusable bags. Is it a big deal? No, of course it's not.
And here you are making a big deal out of it.
But here's what really gets me, which I just don't understand. Okay, this is what really blows my mind. All right? Think about this. If you're going to steal and you're going to a grocery store with the intention of stealing. Like, I want to steal from the grocery store, right?
And I
Would
think
you
this is the
not
part where he
go
talks about
and grab your
kleptomania.
own cart, load it up with what you want to eat or what you want to steal to resell, whatever it may be, why you're stealing, and then leave the store with the cart of the things you picked?
Exactly, and this is why this is all bullshit. So, what are you
Right?
saying?
Would that not be what you did? What you would do? Right?
Come on.
Why would you
Almost done.
look for a cart of someone else's shopped groceries and take that cart? Right? Does it make any logical sense in your brain at all that you would steal someone else's cart of groceries that you didn't pick? Because again, I have to reiterate to this to you guys, okay? In the state of Washington, right now, you can get away with theft.
Here you are perverting this discussion.
Load it up, walk the fuck out, and even if there's a cop who catches you, they take the stuff back and you walk. They don't arrest you. All right? So if that was the case, why wouldn't you just go to the grocery store, pick what you want with the intention of stealing, and steal it, and take what you want? Why would you take? My brain was like addled, like in a video game. You know, someone cast a spell, and you got the Tweety birds going around your head and stuff.
Yep,
I was like,
you're
I can't
drunk.
I just don't. It's like a mind
Drunk
flare.
brain,
When you're
gin brain.
together. I was like, what the fuck is
This is yeah. This is why I just said earlier that this was probably after Strip to Total Wine, because yeah, he was drunk, and this is why this whole thing happened, because he was blasted drunk.
This, right? So what was I gonna do? I gotta reshop the store. So the first thing I did is I texted my wife and I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be back home late. If you're wondering what's taking me so long, I literally have to do a second.
Was it a frantic phone call or a frantic text like your wife did to you when the tire was stolen, Pig? I wonder.
Shopping trip, because I already did it once, but I didn't check out yet, but some fucker stole this, right? So just to confirm, I did grab an employee, and I said, here's what just happened, what do you think? And they said, nah, someone stole it. They're like, if it was someone who was putting your stuff back, it wouldn't make sense because you have all your bags in the car. Because the moment that's
So the employee just basically says what you already think, and this is why I think this is bullshit. Some other employee took it back, and this employee didn't tell him shit. He never grabbed an employee.
Legit, who was going to come back. If you didn't have the reusable bags and you had left it there for several minutes, then there was a chance an employee might have taken the cart and put all the groceries back. But there's no way that someone did that if you have your reusable bags in the cart. So definitely someone stole it. Okay, so I grabbed a cart. I had to reshop the whole store. And of course, I asked as I'm checking out. I tell the story again. And
tell the story again. I would have hated to be this poor person in the checkout listening to this Karen. If this happened, which I'm pretty sure, again, this did not happen. Phil does not talk to anyone outside of his house, outside of his streams, because everybody's a troll, and he's afraid that these employees are all going to be somehow, one of them is going to be Tevin in disguise.
Basically, I say, so what do you think happened? And the checkout guy was like, well, I think I got a theory. He's, of course, there's no way to tell it. But you got to understand that a lot of these people around here now, they're just stealing to steal. It's not even a matter of they're stealing for necessity or they're stealing because they want to make money. They're literally in just a pattern of they steal to steal now.
Oh, this
because
is
they get away with it.
A part I want to
get
to.
So I guarantee what probably happened was this is someone who was already in the store with the intention.
This is some weird confirmation bias, which again, yeah, pretty sure this checkout person did not tell him all this. Didn't even talk to him, pretty much.
To them, that's just the bonus, right? Like that's if they're already getting some kind of like an endorphin high because they're a kleptomaniac. They're just out to steal.
Okay, this kleptomania story, was the employee saying this, or are you now like this storytelling bullshit?
And now they've got a giant cart sitting in front of them with a bunch of groceries and reusable bags and everything. Who even cares if they ever use it? They could literally push it out to the lot, grab 4 items out of the cart, and leave the rest, just push it down the block. Fuck it, they don't care. But this is the rush that they get, this endorphin rush from being a kleptomaniac, right? So, and I was thinking about it, I was like, now certainly that doesn't make logical sense. But I don't think there's logic behind these actions.
There's not logic behind you sitting here telling the story either.
When you get to a point where crime is so rampant and accepted, now it becomes a commonplace thing that humans do.
Almost done.
Probably an entire
I'm going to be done here shortly. I'm not going to go all the way to the end because I
doing it and getting away with it. It's just
don't have the energy for it.
Right? I go to the store, I load up my bag, I walk out, I go home, I see what I got, I throw out some shit I don't want, I sell what I don't want, I keep what I want. This is their life. They're just okay with it. Any opportunity they have to grab anything, they just take. For no reason. There are probably people that'll steal something, I don't want it, they just throw it right out when they go outside, but they stole it. So they got their endorphin rush for the day because they got away with it.
You know nothing about these issues. What do you know about the endorphin someone gets by being a kleptomaniac? Is it the same type of endorphin you get when you, a gambling addict, get a 6-star Hogan? Is this why you're kind of like relating?
You know what I'm saying? Um, so again, just to reiterate, because people, of course, in the chat are being stupid. No worker would have taken my cart with a bunch of reusable bags in.
Even in your chat, people are telling you, fucking, an employee took it out back. Even the dumbasses in your chat, even the LARPers are telling you, bro, get over yourself. Someone took the cart out back and stored the stuff, or is like putting the stuff back in the shelves and is gonna like dump your trash, your plastic bags. Like fucking hell.
It would have been one thing if there were no reusable bags and it was just groceries and it looked like he was
Bro,
sitting there. And
what's this crazy like notion that your shopping bags are important, your reusable bags? Nobody gives a fuck about that. People even leave it in the carts when they're done, when they're too old. People just leave them. Do you think a store like that cares about a shopping bag, a reusable one? Get the fuck out of here.
Case, I was gone for 2 minutes and there was reusable
Again,
bags
2
in the
minutes.
cart.
Timed
No
it perfectly.
employee took this cart. Okay? Likely it was just a thief who was just being stupid. Now, thank God I'm not dumb. Because imagine if I were dumb.
You are pretty dumb.
Shit in the
I
cart.
think that's beyond proven. You are very dumb.
What if I left my phone there? I mean, that would be really stupid to walk away from a smartphone sitting in a shopping cart, right?
It would have been your fucking fault.
You're a really big moron. What if, my wife's purse was in the car? What if she had been with me and we were shopping together and we walked away for a second?
That would have been her fault. Well, actually, if you guys were together, it would have been both of you guys' fault for leaving a fucking purse in a shopping cart unattended.
Right? What if my infant son, not that I have an infant son, what if my infant son was in the cart? I mean, let's be honest.
You would have been an irresponsible fuck, and what's it called? Child Protective Services should have been involved if you leave an infant unattended in a shopping cart in a grocery store. And this is why I fear the day, as a parent, I fear the day that this fucking thing walks in stream and says that Kat is pregnant. It's not going to be his baby, it's going to be Tyrone's baby. But still, the thought that this thing is going to be responsible for a human child, we all know how he treats Jasper. Imagine how this child would be looked after. This is the type of person that would do exactly this. That would, if he had an infant with him and he thought the fucking cranberry sauce or juice or whatever it is was across the store, he would leave that child in the cart and would have walked away looking for that cranberry sauce or juice or whatever the fuck.
There's no logic to it. Maybe that's the ultimate endorphin rush, to steal the cart with someone's infant son's.
That would have been kidnapping, Phil. Do you think if the police had caught him or security or whatever, they would have just let him walk away? Get the fuck out of here. I'm so
walk out the door with their
done.
Kid and leave them in the parking lot and walk away, right? Like, I know that sounds insane, but it seems like that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just these people are fucking wild. They're nuts. They're out of their fucking minds.
What's like totally wild and insane that someone would think to do this is, I don't know, someone committing a bunch of tax fraud, someone misrepresenting their financial situation in a bankruptcy hearing and their bankruptcy filing, and someone like scamming people out of their money, scamming, people with very serious problems and scamming them out of their money on a daily basis by crying poor.
So I just don't. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I still don't understand it.
And then this is the thing, the creature that often says that us detractors, us trolls, completely extrapolate and hypothesize and speculate on a bunch of stuff about him. And here he is. We're 25 minutes in, or just without the intro, I guess 24, whatever. He is approximately 25 minutes into this rant and filled with hyperbole, speculation, and hypothesizing. And we're the ones that do it all the time. Bro, do you not have mirrors in your house?
Like again, maybe the theory of the worker is correct. Maybe the people out here are just kleptos. They've become so used to this, right? That
Kleptos. Where is the?
Want to know the worst part about the whole thing?
I was
Ready
gonna
for
make
this?
a little joke. Oh, haha! The tire
The worst
was
part
on
about
there.
the whole thing was my replacement tire that I bought earlier this year was in the cart. So they stole my replacement tire that I spent all that money on. And now I gotta get another one. Now that's bullshit. See, that's exaggeration.
This whole story is
Okay,
bullshit.
But the point I'm making here is how ridiculous. Of all the things to steal, it still blows my mind someone did that. It does. Like, if you're, again, using logic, if you're going to steal what you need or you want or you think you get the maximum dollar for. They
Get
stole
to
my
it.
pumpkin pie.
Get to the part where I want
one of the
to
things
end
some
this.
canned vegetables, some like refrigerated meats, a whole bunch of bottles of drink like juice and stuff, a whole bunch of that. These, they stole like 12 of these carbonated waters, right? Like, what were they doing, right? So all that stuff's gone. The store is out all those groceries, right? Which is ridiculous. And I'm out my reusable shopping bags. Now, is it a big deal? No. Is it annoying? Yeah. I gotta reorder my reusable shopping bags, and that sucks. You know, some of them are old. Honestly.
Wait. Please, if someone is watching this that is from the United States, please tell me, do they not sell these reusable shopping bags in the stores? Because where I live, they do. Like every single checkout aisle, they have them just sitting there if you need them, and you just buy them, and they cost like I don't know 50 cents each. Like someone from the United States, please tell me, do they not sell these bags at the grocery store, or does he think that the ones from Amazon are the most meaningful and robust shopping bags? Like what the fuck? I don't understand this part about him ordering the bags from Amazon.
Like I said, some of them were like pre-pandemic age. So maybe it's
get to the
okay
point. Get to the point.
Anyway.
Where
in
is
fact,
it?
I went on Amazon last night and I actually found these nice cloth ones because these I told you they were like the almost like laminate plastic feeling bags. So the ones I got online are like cloth bags, which are probably going to be very nice and probably even more durable than what I had regardless, right? So it's not a huge loss. It sucks. I spend more money to buy more bags, but maybe it was the time to get them anyway, right? So not a big deal. But still, it's just stupid. It's still stealing, right? They stole the bags from me. They stole all those groceries from the store. For what? And that's just the state of life out here. It sucks. And
He's getting there.
Just so you guys know, this is not a political statement. People out here who are liberal have had enough. It's not just it's because it's conservatives against liberals, right? And so the conservatives want law.
Political. He's getting to the point where I want to end this because I have better things to do. Not a political statement, he says, and yet he's talking about conservatives and liberals. A lot of people in the vortex talk about, or we all hypothesize about, when this Phil gets his comeuppance, when he gets to face consequences from what he has done and what he continues to do. This, I think, in my personal opinion, this stuff about him, and he has talked about this before, about him transitioning into political commentary, this is when, or this is a possibility for me, one of the ways in which he will face consequences, dire consequences, if he ever does that. If he does that, it might, I'm not saying it's going to be, but it might be the end of him, because people in the political commentary and in politics in general, some of them hold grudges. Some of them have a lot of power. Some of them like to, try to shut down people with opposite views. If Pigroach goes into political commentary like he says he might do, he's possibly gonna end up pissing off the wrong person or group of people, and one of them might hold enough of a grudge that he's gonna come after him and take him for all he's worth. So this political side Phil, in my opinion, again, might just be the end of him, which can't come too soon.
Law and order, and the liberals want everything free, and because of that, like the liberal people out here are also had enough. Everyone out here's had enough of this shit. We had a government out here that failed everyone ever since the pandemic hit, and you had all those movements for Black Lives Matter and all of that. The government's out here pushed way too far.
Whoa.
It's not just it's because it's conservatives against liberals, right? And so the conservatives want law and order, and the liberals want everything free, and because of that, no, like the liberal people out here are also had enough. Everyone out here has had enough of this shit. We had a government out here that failed everyone ever since the pandemic hit. and you had all those movements for Black Lives Matter and all of that, the government's out here pushed way too far in one direction, anti-police and all of that, and they ruined everything for it.
Okay, I'm done. When he starts talking about issues like the stuff that sparked the Black Lives Matter movement back in 2020, I think it was. Considering your track record, Phil, I'm not even gonna go past this part. Considering what you say and have said, your Freudian slips with racist remarks. I mean, I'm done. I'm done. I just don't have the energy anymore. This I just wanted to vent. Long story short, in my opinion, this is what happened. Piggy goes to the store. Piggy, before going to the store, goes into Total Wine. Piggy gets drunk. Goes into the grocery store. Leaves his cart abandoned in the store for God knows how much time. Did not time it 120 seconds or 2 minutes like he claims. Employee comes over, abandoned shopping cart, takes it to put the stuff back on the shelves and throws away the plastic bags, or just takes it out bags and puts the stuff back in storage and again throws out the plastic bags. However, this Karen here, the way he tells these stories, and especially when this Karen, from what we know about him and the stuff he stands for, the stuff he continuously says, when he starts talking about politics, about the issues behind, I don't know, handling crime, about crime fighting or whatever you want to call it, about how what the police should be doing and what they're allowed to do or what they're not allowed to do, how to handle crime in general, talking about kleptomania, talking about Black Lives Matter and the politics behind it and what the consequences of that situation, all of that. This piece of shit, when he addresses these topics, it completely perverts them. Because everybody knows what you are, what you stand for. You are a piece of shit who shouldn't even be touching on these topics. You know nothing about nothing other than begging, which you are pretty good at, I will say that. But other than that, you fucking asshole. You complete another asshole. How dare you touch on these topics, especially something as sensitive as Black Lives Matter. You absolute irredeemable piece of shit. Anyways, I'm done. I just wanted to vent. If you did watch, thank you for watching. Shout out to Snort Hogan for the video. Go give him a subscribe and a like. Give him a watch. And I hope you are all well, and I will see you all some other time. Take it easy.